You've done the heavy lifting, the paperwork is filed, and now comes the agonizing part, waiting for your money. If you're a Maine taxpayer hitting refresh on your banking app every single morning, take a deep breath and stop stressing. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're going to cut right through the government jargon and get straight to the facts on exactly how to track down your Maine state tax refund.
Because honestly, if you're asking, where is my Maine tax refund, I promise you, you are not the only one. Today, we're getting you complete financial clarity. Whether you're eyeing that cash to catch up on bills, maybe book a weekend getaway, or just want the peace of mind knowing your finances are completely sorted, understanding how Maine actually processes and tracks these payouts is going to save you a massive headache.
So, here is our roadmap for getting your money. We'll start by understanding Maine refunds, then walk through the step-by-step online guide, explore alternative tracking methods, solve some common delays, look at helpful taxpayer resources, and finally, wrap up with a conclusion and disclaimer. Section 1. Understanding Maine refunds. Okay, first things first, let's set some realistic expectations for your timeline. A state tax refund simply means you overpaid your state taxes throughout the year, usually right out of your paycheck withholdings, and now the state of Maine owes you that difference back. But, they don't just zap it over to you the second you hit submit on your tax software. The absolute crucial rule of thumb here is that you need to wait at least 21 days after e-filing before you even start checking your status. Sure, some lucky folks report seeing direct deposits in a week or two, but 21 days is the standard buffer. And hey, if you actually file the paper return through the mail, you'll need to be way more patient, because those take significantly longer to process by hand.
Now, here's a concept that catches a lot of people off guard: the offset. Imagine you were totally expecting an $800 deposit, but you wake up and only see $500. What gives, right? Well, state tax agencies have the legal authority to intercept or offset your refund if you owe certain outstanding debts. We're talking back taxes, unpaid child support, defaulted student loans, or other court-ordered debts. It is a very common reason for a sudden discrepancy in the payout you actually receive.
Section 2. Step-by-step online guide.
Moving right along to the fastest, most efficient way to track your money, the Maine Tax Portal's self-service interface. But hold on, before you even open a new tab, you absolutely must gather 3 specific pieces of information. You're going to need your Social Security number or ITN, your filing status, like single or married filing jointly, and, listen up, this is the most important part, you need the exact amount of your expected refund in whole dollars. Like, if your tax software says you are owed $500.50, you have to round that to the exact whole dollar amount the state requires. Having that precise number essentially acts as a security handshake to verify it's really you.
The actual process is incredibly easy. Step 1. Head over to revenue.maine.gov. Step 2. Look right under the individual section and click Where's My Refund? Step 3. Just punch in those 3 pieces of info we just talked about. And Step 4. Follow the prompts to instantly view your status. What's honestly brilliant about this portal is that it updates its data every single night. Plus, it's accessible 24/7, and you don't even have to create a clunky account or remember a password to use it.
Section 3. Alternative tracking methods.
Now, of course, not everyone loves dealing with automated government websites. I get it. If you prefer a more traditional route, you can absolutely call the Taxpayer Contact Center directly at 207-624-9784. Now, fair warning, you might have to endure some classic government hold music, but making that call can be incredibly helpful if you suspect a real systemic issue. Like, what if you think your direct deposit was accidentally sent to the wrong bank account? A real human being on the other end of the line can actually cross-reference your banking info to help sort out where on earth the money went. Just remember to call during standard business hours.
Section 4. Solving common delays. So, what if you've checked the portal, you patiently waited the 21 days, and crickets? Your money still isn't there. Let's troubleshoot this together. There are a few very common culprits for processing delays. Sometimes the state flags a return for a manual review just to combat identity theft and fraud. It's frustrating, I know, but it's actually there for your protection, and it just takes time. Other times, it's a simple math error. Maybe some missing information, or you accidentally used more than one form type, which completely jams up their automated system. And as we touched on earlier, an offset for unpaid debts can absolutely trigger a delay while they process that reduction in your final payout.
Let's look at the official word straight from Maine Revenue Services. They strictly advise waiting those initial 4 to 6 weeks before you start jamming up their phone lines. If your return was accepted, but it falls into one of those manual reviews we just mentioned, it simply takes the state auditors extra time to verify all your details by hand. Patience really is key here.
Section 5. Helpful taxpayer resources.
Now, if you've waited the required time and you still need to escalate the situation, here is your bureaucratic playbook. Honestly, take a quick screenshot right now. This breaks down exactly who you need to contact based on your specific issue. If you've just got general questions, the Taxpayer Contact Center is your best bet. If it's a deeply specific income tax issue, ring the Income Tax Division. Need to set up a payment plan or ask about an unexpected offset? That's collections and compliance. And if you're facing a severe hardship or a crazy systemic issue, the taxpayer advocate is your ultimate champion. Dialing the right number right out of the gate is going to save you hours of being transferred.
Section 6. Conclusion and Disclaimer.
Let's wrap up your empowered taxpayer journey by reviewing the golden rules. Always file electronically and choose direct deposit for the absolute fastest turnaround. Wait that standard 21-day period before you start worrying. When you do check your status, use the Maine tax portal and make sure you have your exact expected refund amount in whole dollars locked and loaded. And above all else, don't panic if your return takes a little longer. Manual reviews happen to the absolute best of us.
And just as a quick heads up, please note that the info we've covered in today's explainer is based on current state resources, tax alerts, and practices provided by Maine Revenue Services. You know how it goes. Tax laws and online portals can always update, so it is highly advised to consult the latest guidelines directly at maine.gov or, better yet, speak with a certified financial advisor for advice tailored specifically to your personal situation.
Now that you're totally armed with these tools and know exactly how to track your state refund, I want to leave you with this. How are you going to use this knowledge to ensure a much smoother, more proactive tax season next year? Maybe you'll double-check your math before filing, or even adjust your paycheck withholdings so you aren't waiting around for a massive refund in the first place. Thank you so much for joining me today. Stay informed, stay proactive, and happy tracking.